All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about something pretty huge. Samsung's big new play for our digital future, the Galaxy XR headset. And look, this isn't just another gadget they're rolling out. This is a whole new vision for a world where AI and our reality, well, they start to blend together. So let's unpack what that actually means for you and me. So Samsung isn't exactly being shy about this, are they? They're coming right out of the gate with this huge statement. I mean, they're not just saying, hey, here's a new headset. No, they're basically declaring the start of a whole new chapter for extended reality. That's a pretty bold claim, right? It tells you everything you need to know about how ambitious their plans are. Okay, so what is this thing really? The Galaxy XR? Well, for starters, it's the very first headset built on the brand new Android XR platform. But honestly, the secret sauce, the thing that makes it a real game changer, it's the deep integration with Google's Gemini AI. And what that means is this device is built from the ground up to understand, well, not just your words, but the whole context of what you're seeing and hearing. That's a big deal. And that right there brings us to the core idea of this whole new era they're talking about. See, Samsung is trying to get us to think of this as way more than just a piece of hardware you wear. What they're really building is a totally new kind of interface, one where our physical world and a super smart AI start to, well, melt into each other. You know what I find really interesting is how they're putting it. It's not about escaping reality, right? It's not about strapping on a headset to just check out. The whole idea is to enhance the world you're already in. It's about bringing these digital layers, this AI intelligence, right into your physical space, so you can explore all these new possibilities without ever having to disconnect from what's right in front of you. Okay, that all sounds cool in theory, but how does it actually work? Let's get into a real, tangible experience. The whole idea here is to completely redefine what it means to explore by giving you an AI companion that literally sees what you see and acts as your own personal guide. And I just love this line. It nails the whole new way of interacting with this tech. For a second, just forget about clunky controllers or confusing menus. The number one way you're going to discover stuff here, it's just by using your voice. You're having a natural conversation with your AI guide. Simple as that. And check this out. This is a perfect example of just how simple that journey is. It all starts with a simple question, right? You just say it, and boom, instantly, you're soaring over this incredible 3D map of a city. And from there, you can dive right down into the streets, or use your voice, or even their circle to search feature to ask about landmarks, find a place to eat, get directions. It's this incredibly smooth flow from a huge bird's eye view right down to the tiniest detail. All right, but it's not all about virtual tourism, right? The Galaxy XR is aiming to completely shake up experiences we already know and love. We're talking about everything from watching a baseball game to, get this, reliving your own memories. You know, any new platform lives or dies by its apps, and Samsung knows this. They are clearly launching with a really strong lineup. You've got huge names on board, MLB for getting you right in the game, Adobe for creating in 3D, Calm for guided meditation, and of course YouTube for all that 360-degree video. This kind of variety tells you they're going after a really broad audience, right from the get-go. Now this is a really fascinating and honestly an emotional feature. They have this tech called media auto-spatialization. And what it does is take your regular 2D photos and videos from Google Photos and, well, it intelligently adds depth to them. It adds dimension. It basically makes it feel like you're stepping right back into that memory. That's kind of mind-blowing. So how do you actually see all this stuff? Well, you've basically got two main modes. You can go full VR, which blocks out the outside world for that totally immersive cinematic feel. Or, and this is super cool, with just a simple double tap, you switch over to pass-through mode. And that uses cameras to let you see your actual room, but with all your digital stuff layered right on top of it. Okay, so we've seen what this thing can do. Now, let's talk about how it does it. Because the entire design philosophy here seems to be about making the tech just disappear. The goal is for it to feel invisible, so all you're focused on is the experience itself. And a quick look at the specs really shows you the power that's driving this whole experience. We're talking dual 4K micro OLED displays, which means things are going to look incredibly sharp. It's got the latest Snapdragon XR2 Plus Gen 2 chip inside, so everything should be super smooth. And you're looking at about 2.5 hours of video playback from the battery. But, you know, specs are just numbers on a page. Let's take the weight, for example. 545 grams. So what? Well, what that really means, when you combine it with the smart, ergonomic shape and the soft touch fabric, is that this headset is built from the ground up for comfort. The real goal here? For you to totally forget you're even wearing it. All right, so you've got this super powerful, super comfortable device on your head, but there's no mouse, there's no keyboard. The big question is, how in the world do you control everything? Well, first up, and probably the most natural way, is with your hands. There is 6 cameras inside just watching your hands, tracking every little movement with amazing precision. This lets you do stuff like, just hover over something and pinch your fingers together to select it. It's that intuitive. Next up, your eyes. There are 4 more cameras dedicated just to tracking where you're looking. So what does that mean? It means you can literally look at a menu to open it. You can select things just by glancing at them. I mean, it really doesn't get more effortless than that. And finally, the third way is your voice. The headset has a 6 microphone array built in, and it's all designed to pick up exactly what you're saying while filtering out all the noise around you. This just makes sure that when you talk to Gemini, your commands are crystal clear and it just works. So let's pull all these threads together. You've got this super intuitive control system, really powerful hardware, and what it all adds up to is Samsung positioning this device as way more than just another gadget. They see it as the very starting point for your next reality. So yeah, when you boil it all down, the promise of the Galaxy XR really comes into focus. It's this incredible mix of AI-powered discovery, totally immersive entertainment, a design that puts comfort first, and a control system that just feels, well, completely natural. And all of that, it all builds up to this one final, really powerful idea from Samsung. The end game here is to literally dissolve the boundaries between our day-to-day lives and the endless worlds of digital stuff out there, to create one single, seamless experience. Which, of course, leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on, doesn't it? Because as this tech gets better and those boundaries keep blurring, the conversation stops being about what the device can do. The real question becomes, what are we going to do with it? With tools like this in our hands, what new worlds will you open?